Middletown, we all for y'all.
Shout out to the 845.
I'm from a place where everybody's involved. The young macarons stay hard, while ghetto kids and rich kids get along. Word is born. Appreciate when times get hard. Utilize the positive parts to unify from a song. Let's get it on. My hometown is my playground. Black and white, play it out. Interracial makes sound.
Shout out to 845. I got my special guest, Joe Alvarez, will be in the building. We are Newburgh. Shout out to Hudson Valley. My page was acting up. I had to come to Moochie. What's up, my family? Spread love. It's the PK way.
Sunshine, my beautiful people, we all shine.
Hi, Armani.
When you hear, you better know.
It's love. 845. You already know.
1, 2. We coming from live from the 845. Control everybody, put your hands in the sky. Control, live it up because I do that.
This that 845 anthem.
One guy we fly.
Hey, hey, hey. Live from the 845.
Control everybody, put your hands in the sky. Control, live it up because our dreams never die. Control, one love, one guy we fly. Hey, hey.
Middletown. I'm feeling great.
Used to chillin' my shows way back in the day. Get you a fresh haircut, stay ill for days. Shout out to my cousin Buck, he used to rock that place. This is the M City filler. RP beats with a bass at J Dilla. Tell me, can you digger? This is for my North Street cats getting thriller. I like street team, pass the torch to the driller. Parks look pretty everywhere in them cities. Stemming from that Big Apple in that New York City life. Get your mind right, get your focus on. Don't you ever let nobody try to doubt yours. 1 for the love, 2 for the peace, 3 for the soldiers. Rest in peace.
Oh, thank you, boo. And you know, I don't do waves, but we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Live from the 845.
Control everybody, put your hands in the sky. Control, live it up because our dreams never die. Control, one love, one guy, we fly. Hey, hey, hey. Live from the 845. Control everybody, put your hands in the sky. Control, live it up because our dreams never die. Control, one love, one guy, we fly. Hey, hey, hey.
Fish Kill, Kingston. Hi, Jasmine.
Hey, yo, but gifts there. Hey, yo, with me. Monticello, Port towards Borough.
I got my special guest, Joe Alvarez, will be in the building. We are Newburgh, baby. 845.
I'm signing off, I'm ill.
845, y'all know we love y'all.
Terrence Love.
You already know.
That 2017 anthem.
Jasmine Parker. 845.
JRPB.
I love y'all.
Get involved.
Get involved. Shout out to the 845. You already know it's your girl Moochie. Some call me Miss 845. Some call me Miss Get Involved. But you already know me as Moochie Montana. Shout out to the hottest online radio station in the Hudson Valley. Reporting live 845, straight 845 radio. Shout out to Terrence Love and DJ RP Beats and myself for the anthem. That's the 845 anthem. I don't care what nobody say. He talked about almost all the cities through the Hudson Valley. Just big them up. I'm excited. Hi, Miss Linda. I hope you watched the show yesterday because I had on my Christmas socks. I love you guys. All right, shout out to Joe Alvarez will be in the building. You already know he is a pioneer in Newburgh as far as unity and peace and love. So I'm definitely excited about him being my special guest today because, you know, every year Newburgh goes above and beyond, especially Newburgh goes especially above and beyond for the community when the weather breaks. So I definitely look forward to Joe Alvarez being on my show today and telling us all the great things that are about to happen through We Are Newburgh and everybody that's connected with that. Unusual Suspects, SAD, the Boys and Girl Club, the Rec Center. You know, shout out to We Are Newburgh. It's not just it's a movement, and it's a whole bunch of different people playing parenthood, thrift stores, giving back to the community, giving back. So I definitely love Newburgh, and I always say as much bad stuff as they say about Newburgh, they don't really highlight the amazing things that the people do daily for their own. Because I actually hosted a Thanksgiving event where the whole community, it looked like the whole Newburgh was in the building, and guess what, Mom? They still had extra food left. They still had extra clothes. It was like, oh my goodness. At their toy drive, Oh, hi, Mama. Thank you. We're going to talk about February 25th, too. But I went to their toy Christmas thing, and they had extra toys. How do you give to the whole community and still have extra? That's because Newburgh always goes above and beyond for their community. So, you know, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't let that bad stuff fool you. Don't let what YNN and all that, because they don't talk about that good, because Newburgh gives it up. So shout out to Newburgh. Joe Alvarez will be in the building shortly, so he'll definitely tell us some updates about what's going on. So real quick, let me give you a rundown about what's going on through the Hudson Valley. Tomorrow, Thursday, February 22nd, hosted by Miss 845 with DJ Maserati Styles on the set. Meet us at 69 Canal Street in Poughkeepsie, New York. Chief Keef will be live in concert. I know there's a lot of backlash, a lot of questions, but he will be here tomorrow live, so it's going down. Tickets are reasonable, $32.50 for general admission. So go ahead and get your Chief Get tickets. If you're not doing anything this Saturday, I encourage everybody in the Hudson Valley, especially if you are a resident of Middletown, New York, to meet me at JD Sports Bar, 360 Route 211 East in Middletown. Right, it's in the same plaza as Golden Corral. Let me just tell you something. We are celebrating the life of Paul Henderson. Every time I say that, I always have to give this speech. That is what you call a true man. And that's what you call a true business man. He definitely took JD's and he's giving it back to the community. And we actually have a place that we go and we feel safe, grown and sexy feel. I love it. So we're going to celebrate Paul's birthday, red and black. You already know. So we come out stepping real clean, because you already know it's hosted by myself, DJ Maserati Styles on the ones and twos, as well as the hottest Latin DJ. You already know. Pun Loco, CC, Wepa. Shout out to you, Adele. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Shout out to DJ Fee. Hold on, y'all. We got Joe Alvarez. I think this is Joe on the line. Is this Joe Alvarez on the line? All right, y'all. This is Joe. He's live right now. He's lost. Joe, we on 93 Prince Street, Middletown, New York.
Just on Prince Street, you, yo.
Come on down, Joe. We waiting for you. Okay, shout out to Joe Alvarez. He called live. He is on the way. So definitely shout out to Joe Alvarez. Now listen, I want to just play this song. I keep playing it. My mom be looking at me. I love this song though, because it's just, I don't know if I love this song because of the song or because of the young lady that made this song, because I know her struggle and some of the things that she's been through. She goes by the name of J. Nicole, guys. So I just want to take a minute and play this song. Hold on, y'all. Some technical difficulty today, but we gotta make it happen. Alright, y'all, we got Joe Alvarez being in the building with us real shortly, but we're gonna listen to this song. It's by J. Nicole. It's called Pressure. We're having a little technical difficulties today, but we're gonna make it through the show, trust me.
Ain't it funny how these motherfuckers act? They lying to the world when it's under attack. They think that when you're pushing, you're insinuating black. They begging for your trust and they never have your back. If you wanna leave, you can go or stop pursuing who you wanna be. They tell me what it's gonna be, 'cause you keep on playing, I make them look at them hate me.
Yes, girl, this is J. Nicole. Then the song's called Pressure. Out here, waxing fire.
What it's gonna be? Got me out here looking for you. Got me out here asking her around. Yeah, it's all about your cake now. You forgot the million things I did for us a waste now. All I did was try to pick you up. You got me face down with a tray pad, 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 with a
Applying that pressure. Shout out to Jay. I love this song. Hi, Amy. Pressure.
You can go or stop pursuing who you wanna be. Tell me what it's gonna be.
to my favorite Mrs. Laura Thompson. I love her. Drinker! Laughing for ya, and we're out here asking for ya. Shout out to J. Nicole.
Got me out here looking for ya. Got me out here asking for ya.
You know what? I see that comment, Nicole, and you know what?
Pressure.
You right. You right, because all of us is a little crazy.
Pressure.
All of our light bulbs don't go all the way to the top.
Pressure.
Girl, I'm 7:45 on a regular day. Shout out to you, Jasmine. I don't know if Natasha can tag J. Nicole and find out, but I definitely like the song. And I had said this to on my last show when I premiered this song. I said shout out to J. Nicole because because I was actually tired of seeing her go through publicly. And you can't tell how people how to go through their situation. Some people go through publicly, some people go through privately, some people don't know how to get it out. So you really can't judge people on how they get their out. You know, it's easy to laugh, hee ha ha, when it's not you. When your heart, you know what I'm saying? But I always say when you're playing with people's feelings, that's a different ball game. So I'm actually, I love this song because I feel like she took all her energy and put it in the studio and put it in the song. That's why I respect the song so much. But I love her very much, and I definitely hope that she can continue to channel that energy and put it in her music. So shout out to J. Nicole. Now this is the moment that everybody's been waiting for. This is the moment that everybody been waiting for, cause y'all know I'm a representative of Newburgh. I feel like I was born in St. Luke's on May 13th, 1987. But you already know my special guest. He is We Are Newburgh's pioneer. He is a man's man. He is a father to the community. He is a father to the city, the town, and the surrounding. And when I tell you this man is an all-American American, when you say make America great again, you cannot even say that without saying Joe Alvarez. So Joe Alvarez, come on down. Shout out to Joe Alvarez in the bill. And I got a hoodie out. Oh, hey, bro. How you doing?
I'm good.
Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Ooh, I got lost.
Hold on, y'all, because y'all got to see my hoodie. I ain't got this color. I don't got this color. Shout out to Joe, and his hoodie matches his hat and his sneakers. What's going on, brother?
Just grinding.
Talk in my mic, because we know we want to hear you.
Just grinding.
Well, you know, the reason why I wanted this interview today, Joe, is because, you know, I know that Newburgh does so many great things all year round. But, you know, the weather's breaking, and this is when We Are Newburgh tends to get crazy. Oh, yeah. Is during these times. So I kind of wanted to get you to talk about some of the things that you guys have coming up this year, a little of the updates and things like that.
Well,
and take your time, because we want to write it down.
All right, March 24th, we're going to be doing our Easter event.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we did 4,000 eggs. We did meatball parmesans, empanadillas, hamburgers, hot dogs, free clothes, bouncy houses, face painting. This year we're trying to amp it up because usually our back to school event would be our largest event. Right. But 5.5 years in the making, we earned people's respect and trust. Right, right. So we're not catering to 300 people no more. We're catering to 800, 1,000, 1,200. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So we got to step it up.
So how many eggs are we looking at this year? If you have
anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 eggs.
Wow. Because last year you guys, you know, first of all, shout out to Joe, because I have the experience to be at all of Joe's events. Yeah. Your last event, you used an entire football field.
Right, we're doing that again.
That was crazy.
We need room. You know what I mean? There's 40,000 people in the city of Newburgh, right? Yes. They say 40% of the people are below poverty level. Right. Right, so I myself was in that position when I was a youth, right? Mm-hmm. So I could relate to the need and the want, right? Right. I want to be felt like part of my community, right? And I always wanted that. So now I have the opportunity to spread that love.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just fortunate to have people like you and a lot of people in our community that share the same dream.
That's a fact.
So why not do it, right? If you're not a part of the solution, then you're part of the problem, right?
That's right.
People are starting to look at the city a little different now.
Absolutely.
All right. We have 16% decrease in violent crime.
I was going to ask you, how do you feel about that?
I feel great.
Great, right?
You know, because a lot of people look at certain organizations to uplift them, and I think that Newburgh is uplifting itself. We just happen to be the pilots, right? Newburgh, I always loved Newburgh. I came there at a very young age from Brooklyn, and I lived in the Bronx, but Newburgh is my home. Everything that I know about life is learned in Newburgh.
Right.
And I'm talking about from the streets, from school, from positive role models, from negative things. I learned a lot. So now I'm in a position that I could help, right? I'm not rich or nothing like that, but I'm rich with love. You know what I mean? And that's the most important thing that God ever gave me. The ability to care for somebody else without knowing them. So I'm just fortunate to have people like you and in the city that believes in what we do.
Now, Joe, you know, people ask this question all the time. Why don't you run for council or councilman or alderman or mayor or things of that nature?
I'm not going to lie to the people.
Because, you know, the people want to know.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm an ex-con. Second of all, if you look at politics, all they do is lie. Right? So even if I want to make a difference becoming a mayor or councilman, they got to vote on that. You know, it takes five or six votes to make something pass. And what do you think they did to Obama? What do you think they're going to do to me?
That's true. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. You're right.
So I'm not going to sit here and make false promises to my city.
Right.
I'm just going to work with my city.
Now let me ask you this question, Joe, because you can do things for Newburgh that the leaders can't. Some of the leaders can't. You can get to places in Newburgh. You have a certain respect factor that certain politicians cannot get and will probably never get. The question that people have for you is, when you have these events and certain politicians try to get next to you for whatever reason may benefit them, how did that make you feel, knowing that their intentions may not be what you and the We Are Newburgh team and even outsiders, what our goal is?
I definitely know why they're there. You know?
Right.
And I hope that besides their little personal agenda, that they truly have some love for the city. Right? I can't knock somebody for whatever profession they get into, right? But I respect you more if you do it all the time and not during election time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Cindy Holmes, for example.
Right.
She was a councilwoman, and she's a childhood friend of mine. And when I came to her with this dream, she said, "Bro, I've been waiting for you for a long time, and for you to step up and do what you do, because you always been, even when you was in the streets, you always had a good heart."
Right.
And the reason they can't get where I get at, first of all, I'm from the streets. Second of all, I know everybody, and I never burned bridges, right? I never, even though you might have lived on the other side of town, I was cool with everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't have, I'm an Ave boy, I'm a North Miller, South Street boy.
Oh, that don't
Coley, unusual suspect side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm from North Miller and South
Okay.
Street. But I always have friends everywhere. Because, you know, that's the type of individual I am. I'm cool with everybody until you violate me.
Right.
So there's nothing to talk about. You're either going to smash me or I'm going to smash you out, either or.
That's it. That's all.
That's it. There's nothing to talk about. But I'm on a different level. I'm a father, right? So I can't act like I'm 19, 18 years old no more. I'm about to be 50, yo. So I need to embrace that.
Right.
And I let a lot of people in my family down. You know, I'm the only one that never went to college. I'm the only one that been in jail. I'm the only one that dishonored my father's name. So I carry a burden with me, you know what I mean?
Right.
So hopefully by the things that we do, because I can't do this alone.
Right.
And I would never take credit for the beautiful thing that we at Newburgh do.
Mm-hmm.
Because without the team, it'd just be me,
Right.
you know what I mean, running around. But I'm just blessed to have all the individuals that partake in We Are Newburgh, including yourself, your mother.
Mm-hmm.
You guys embraced it. You came out there, no questions. Sometimes I don't even call you to come to an event.
That's a fact.
And you there, you know what I mean? Because your vision is what I see.
Right.
I see that our people are better than what people picture them to
Mm-hmm.
be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody makes mistakes. And it's a mistake when you do it once.
Yes.
It's no longer a mistake when you continue to do it.
That's right.
Right? So I learned from my mistakes, you know what I mean? And I just want to share that just because you made a mistake doesn't mean your life is over. And a lot of our brothers and sisters, they make a mistake and they punish themselves for the rest of their lives. So when you're punishing yourself, you never try to reward yourself, right? So
Right.
you don't try to do better because you don't think you're worthy of it.
That's right.
Well, I'm here to tell you, listen, you're worthy. Everybody. If you never did nothing wrong, then you shouldn't even be on this planet.
Right.
Right? Just because you didn't get caught don't make you a criminal.
That's right.
You got to be a criminal. You got to get caught to be a criminal.
That's right.
But there's a lot of people committing crimes.
That's not getting caught.
That's not getting caught.
That's right.
That's the difference between them and us.
Right.
I faced my failures and I conquered them. They always told me I'd never be nobody. You know, they always counted me out. Dude, I came from Brooklyn and I landed on North Mill and South Street. The only Puerto Rican on the whole South Side. So I got my butt whooped a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? But every time I fought, I learned something. And those losses became wins.
Right. Right.
Because they were like, damn, this kid don't give up. You could rag me, mop the floor with me, I'll get up and let's go.
Energizer Buddy style. Let's
get
keep
it.
going.
Let's get it. And they're like, man, I ain't messing with him no more because this dude might get lucky. Right? But I learned, man. I learned to embrace love. For a long time, I didn't have love for myself. I did things that showed that I didn't love myself. Right? I didn't take life seriously. I made excuses for every failure that I made. Everything that I made, I always had a justification for it. But at the end of the day, I had to pay my consequences. So how good was my justification? So I was playing games with myself.
Right. Right.
So that last bid that I did, it was a long one. And I didn't come home until 2000.
You want to give us a number?
11.
Woo!
So, you know, in between, I came home and like 2 weeks back in, like 3 months back in. And, you know,
Wow.
and that wasn't me because I was very smart. You know, I graduated from high school at 16 years old. It ain't like I was stupid.
Right. Right.
I just made very poor decisions, right? And the decisions had very large consequences. I've been to jail for stuff that I ain't never do. Because that's why I got the respect from the street, because I never told on nobody.
Right. Right. Right.
Whether I did it or I didn't do it, nobody ever went down with me. Anybody from my team never went down with me. I went down by myself. And
So do you feel like that's some of the same loyalty that you bring in the legal world as far as when you spread love? That's that loyalty to your people that,
oh yeah,
y'all gonna win because I'm gonna win, that you're gonna eat because I'm gonna eat type situation?
That's right. I don't believe that God bless you with opportunities and not for you not to share.
Share them. Now let me ask you this question, Joe, because you are looked at highly. When people speak of you, they speak highly. When you're mentioned highly. Do you ever feel like that's a lot of pressure on you? Because you say to yourself, you know, I'm just a regular old, just loving my city, but everybody looks at you like, wow, so they hold you as such a high esteem.
Well, it'll be pressure if you're acting.
That's true.
Right?
That's
but
true.
if you're just yourself, and if you're a kind-hearted person, a passionate person, it's just a humbling experience, right? You're just humble to that. and you don't let it go to your head now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I can't take credit for the work that we do.
Right.
You know, we just share a dream. We just share a passion for people. And who am I to benefit from that, right? I mean, that's not what it's about.
That's right.
I'm not We Are Newburgh because I want recognition.
Right.
I'm We Are Newburgh because I want to prevent kids from experiencing what I experienced.
Right.
I'm We Are Newburgh because I was one of those kids that was starving. I was one of those kids that was homeless. I was one of those kids that were neglected and non-supported. And I'm not justifying my acts because of all these activities, because I always knew right from wrong, right? So I can't blame what happened to me on nobody but myself,
right,
because I knew better. And until you start respecting the decisions that you made and owning them, you're always going to put it on somebody else, and you're never going to work on yourself fully, right? So right now, you know, every day I get up, I go to work, and I'm very grateful, you know, for the opportunities that have been presented, because God gives you when you work. When you work on yourself, God gives you, and He gave me a lot. He gave me a lot of opportunities, you know what I mean? So let's do some of His work. Yeah,
right.
And, you know, you don't have to be, you know, running around with a Quran or a Kufi, or you don't have to run around with a Bible, or, you know, you don't have to be none of that. Just share His work.
Just share His work.
That's
Spread
it.
love.
That's it.
And that's what you do. Shout out to Joe Alvarez, you guys, because, you know, I always, especially when I talk about Joe, I definitely talk about him because he keeps me motivated to do this radio station. He keeps me motivated to give back. There's many times that I have events that I actually call Joe and I start brainstorming because he is the key. A lot of children look up to you, Joe. So I have to ask you this question. You've been seeing, it's February. Since January, we've been having excessive school shootings.
Yeah.
You being surrounded by youth all the time, and you doing the events, and you seeing all these kids. And what is your fear for Newburgh, if any, as far as school shootings and things like that?
Well, on the school shooting tip, I'm not really worried about Newburgh. You know why? Because Newburgh is a whole bunch of Latinos and African Americans.
Talk.
You know what I'm saying? Yo,
Talk about it, Joe.
we don't do that stuff.
That's a fact. Because I just wanted somebody to be real minute and not even, because I didn't want to say it because nobody be like, Moochie, you. But we don't really do that kind of stuff.
Nah. It's one. It's a possibility because that kid is, you know, last name is Cruz. So it's a possibility that the guy is Latino, but listen.
Through marriage. I don't even think it's I think it's through marriage.
Whatever reason, the dude ain't right.
Right,
you know
right.
I mean? No matter what color you are, you take other people's life for your personal reasons. It's crazy. And I'm totally against guns. You
right.
know, I've been shot myself. My father was murdered. My sister was murdered. I don't like guns. You know, they should make tougher gun laws. I'm not saying take away guns from people that are responsible with them.
Right.
But the people that are gun owners, if their child go out and kill somebody, they need to go to jail.
I agree.
Because you're supposed to be responsible enough to put that gun where it needs to be in a safe place where your kid can't get to it. What do you need a gun for, though, for real? Like, let's be serious here.
But
we're in America, dude.
I gotta ask you this question, Joe, because you said that statement, and it's a true statement, but it's like it's like a catch-22, because you've seen it. Now, you know, a lot of these school shootings we see like that, and these lot of excessive things that's happening in the mall and stuff. It's not really African Americans and or Latinos, but they say the hood is the most dangerous place. But certain things like this don't happen in the hood. How do you feel like, not even to say in the hood, the streets, how do you feel we as a people, as a culture, can get that, turn that,
well,
flip that?
Look at the facts. You looking at statistics and you labeling without facts.
Right, right.
When did you ever see a shooting in a highly populated African American Latino community?
Don't worry, we'll wait. You guys do your research. If you guys want to Google, drop a link or something.
You don't see that. You know what I mean? Because even though we had bad days, dude, you know, even though I've been in times that, you know, I doubted myself to the point where I didn't want to move forward. But I ain't never came across my mind to arm myself and go shoot up people for no apparent reason. You gotta be sick, dude. I mean, look, I've been in Attica, Clinton, Comstock, Elmira, Coxsackie, Southport. And yo, I ain't never run into somebody like that. That's that sick. You know what I'm saying?
No reason.
So, first of all, you got to do a better background check than that.
I agree.
You know what I mean? You got to definitely do research, mental health evaluations. Just like you know, when you go get a job, they screen you like you're trying to be president or
That's
something.
a
right?
fact.
So they should have the same
Thing with
screening
guns.
with guns.
I agree.
You know, I mean, I don't want to take say, you know, nobody should have guns, but that's their own personal, you know, choice. But I'm saying that if you're gonna have a gun, you need to be very responsible for that gun.
And anything that comes behind that gun.
That's your consequence.
Shout out to you, Joe. I had to ask that because, you know, definitely, because Joe is definitely in the community. He definitely is around kids, and I know you see it going on now. Again, Newburgh crime rate went down, and a lot of people don't know, your property value is going up. It's increasing. Oh, yeah. So, you guys got a lot of great things. You guys have some new stores, some new attractions coming, some things that are put in place. So, Joe, what do you see Newburgh at the end of this year? Or what great things do you see for Newburgh just for this year?
Yo, it's funny because like five and a half years ago when we started, when We Are Newburgh was born, we had a lot of not really, people wasn't really interested and they're like, okay, this is a fad, you know, this is gonna fade out, and they're gonna go back on the block, and well, it's 5.5 years. This is the longest cookout I've ever been to. Because this all started over a cookout. Yeah, this happened over a cookout. A little girl had put up on Facebook, talking about, I'm so Newburgh. I remember we used to go to D store or something like that. And it's just a coincidence. And so I'm like, oh, wow, that's amazing. I'm so Newburgh. I remember I used to get twisted at Freddy's.
Right.
And next thing you know, everybody's hitting and hitting. So that day, it was a nice day. It was like 72 degrees, and I was driving home from work, and I just happened to go down Broadway. And I looked side to side on both sides of the streets, and I'm like, damn, dude, look what my city looked like. Right. I'm like, damn. You know what? I'm gonna do something back for my hood, because I did something. I did a lot of damage to my hood. Right. When I was in the streets. So, you know, I took a lot of dreams, hopes, desires. I took dads, moms, sisters, brothers, grandkids and stuff away from their families by me selling crack. Right. You know what I mean? I destroyed a lot of homes. So, you know, I carried that in the back of my head. Not at the time when I was doing it, I wasn't thinking about that. But when I had all this time to think about a lot of things, and I became a man and started owning things, and then when I viewed that, I'm like, yo, I got to do something about this. This is terrible. And these kids don't have no hopes, no dreams, no desire to be great, and they got so much talent. So I came up and I called my homegirl, Cindy Holmes, and she was busy. She didn't answer the phone, so I called my boy Jaquan because Jaquan was involved in the community. Okay. Hard body. Big up to Jaquan.
Shout out to Jaquan. Will he still be around?
Yeah, Angel Star.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
He's a god body. He's a good brother. So I called him up on Messenger on Facebook and said, yo, can I meet with you down by you? I want to talk to you about something. And he said, yeah, meet me there whenever you get out of work. Meet me over there, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I'm already down in the hood already. Right. He said, well, meet me over there by the post office. I got you. So I pulled up and I was asking him how you go about getting a permit, because I want to do a cookout for Newburgh. And to my surprise, he was like, I don't think this crack is gonna give you that.
Right.
I said, don't worry about that. I ain't even stressing that.
Just give me the person.
How
you do it?
How do I get
a
permit to do a cookout for the bird? Like, so he started explaining to me that it's going 30 days and all that, and God works in mysterious ways.
Yes, he does.
So while I'm talking to him, Cindy Holmes drive by. I was like, yo! She pulled over. I'm like, yo, I need to get a permit because I want to do a cut. She said, follow me to City Hall. So I said, yo, Jay Corner, I'll holler at you later, my dude.
Right.
Easy. So I follow her, and it's like 3:45. City Hall closed at 4. This is God's work right here. So I go to the 3rd floor, and I'm talking to the lady about the permits, and the city manager's door was cracked open. So as I'm explaining to her
what you want to do,
why I want to do the event, what's the event going to be about, he's eavesdropping. So he comes down and says, yo, my name is Michael Carvini. Can you fill me in on what you want to do? So I told him, I said, yeah, I want to make a cookout for the Newburgh. I want to bring grills out. I want to bring DJs out. And I just want to have a fun day for the community, give back. Because I caused a lot of damage to my city, and I want to give something back. Now that I'm in a position to do that. And he says, all right, no problem. Give him whatever he wants.
Just like that?
Just like that. He said, I'm going to need one thing from you, Joe. And I said, what's that? He says, I'm going to need you to give me an insurance policy. I said, all right. I said, what I need to cover? He says, $3 million. I said, all right, no problem. I got you. So I called the insurance company, and they gave me a policy for one day, covering $3 million. And it was on and popping. So
and that was the first thing to this beautiful relationship.
Yeah, that was Thursday. So Friday morning, I get out of work. I told my boss, yo, I got to go do something. And this is very important to me. So he's like, oh, go ahead, Joe, go. So I went, and I gave him the policy, and right there, boom, stamp of approval.
Tell us God won't do it. See, some of them don't even know about God. They be confused who God is. That's what God does right there, because that what
So I was in the club business. I was bouncing. I had my own security team, and I had a lot of friends that are DJs. So I hit them all up, all the promoters, all the DJs. Yo, I need a salad.
Right.
They're like, whatever, Flo, whatever you need. I'm like, all right, I got. So G-Rock, shout out to G-Rock. He came out and DJ. Scorp came out and DJ.
Shout out to DJ Scorp.
Odyssey came out and DJ.
Odyssey, I said.
So we set up from Liberty Street and Broadway all the way to Carpenter and Broadway, the whole main strip on both sides. So I call all my peoples up, yo, bring a grill.
Right.
So I went to Sam's Club, and I bought 600 pounds of chicken. And that was crazy. And Denisha,
shout out to the Diva,
and Debo, and everybody else. Those are the first few We Are Newburgh members, and we was in there like from 3 o'clock to 11:30 at night, cleaning chicken, yeah,
for the community.
Yeah, at the Salvation Army. Shout out to my homegirl Cindy Sheba, that she's suffering with cancer right now, and prayers to her.
Oh, Miss Cindy Home?
No, Cindy, this is my other homegirl.
Oh, okay.
Cindy.
I prayers to you, Cindy. I definitely.
Sheba. She used to be head of the kitchen at the Salvation Army.
Okay.
And so I used to go over there and help her out and feed the needy before We Are Newburgh was born. And so I asked her, and she asked the captain, and the captain said sure. So I donated 120 pounds of chicken to their feeding program.
That's dope.
So in return, he let me use the kitchen to cook and
clean and
stuff like that. And then the morning of the event, he's like, yo, take the truck with the heating things to keep the food warm. They brought out their tents and stuff like that.
Look at that.
My homegirl Sue Lynn and came out with her lemonade, man. You got to taste the lemonade. It's crazy. Sue Lynn, she came out with lemonade stand, and 401 Maida came out, and she was doing voter registration.
Shout out to Maida,
hot dogs and hamburgers, and Tito, my boy Tito. He was down with G-Rock. You got G-Rock come through, and and Newburgh was off the hook that day. I mean, that was like 800 people. On Broadway, dancing.
So you started your first event with 800 people.
Yeah, right.
And now you get thousands of people.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Yeah, we get
We get thousands of people. That's a fact, because I'm from Newburgh. I don't care what nobody said. I was born in St. Luke's. I'm alive. And thank God to my friends that live in Newburgh, I was born at Du Bois Street.
But, you know, everybody...
That's a real street in Newburgh, Du Bois, right?
Yeah, that's where St. Luke's is at, Du Bois Street.
See, I knew I was born at. Look at y'all. Y'all thought I was lying. Shout out to Newburgh. Shout out to you, Joe, though.
But, you know, the shout-out needs to go out to the entire city.
Of Newburgh.
You know what I'm saying? Because We Are Newburgh wouldn't be nothing if they didn't come to our events. If they didn't believe in our efforts, We Are Newburgh would be just a name, right?
That's right.
Well, We Are Newburgh represents every individual in our city.
That's right.
No matter what color, what religion, what sexuality, what gender, doesn't matter.
And you know what? You guys even replicate that in your team. Because I don't even know if you guys ever actually looked at a We Are Newburgh picture. But your picture is so versatile.
Yeah. We got gay, straight, white,
black, fat, skinny,
Chinese,
American.
Yeah, Indians, Jewish, Christians, Muslims.
Shout out to We Are Newburgh.
Yeah, because how can we claim to be We Are Newburgh and we don't have everybody involved, right? And we don't cater to everybody. How can I tell you that I'm caring for my city, but I neglect to care for you?
That's right.
Right? So I believe that you should offer something that you're willing to receive.
Joe?
I think that's what works.
If you guys want to see Joe run for mayor of Middle, I know he doesn't want to do it, but if you want to see Joe run for mayor of Newburgh, just drop #mayor. Because I think if you're the first person to do this politician-wise and set it straight, you're going to set the bar. I believe that. I believe you're a leader in every capacity. You don't think so?
Nah, man. I'm just somebody that shares with passion and love. That's it, man. It's no big ingredient to that.
That's true.
You know, when you've been hurt so many times and you've been disappointed, and when you got family, like my wife and my kids, man, and you know, and her family and my sisters, they give me strength every day. You know what I mean? You know, when you know, sometimes I'm weak. You know what I mean? And sometimes I doubt that, you know, that we could accomplish the things that we accomplished. And they're there to support me and reinforce, like, yo, dude, you better stop feeling sorry for yourself. Better get off that potty potting.
Right.
And get in gear. Because there's a lot of kids counting on you, a lot of families counting on you. And, you know, and then I look back in time when I looked out that window of my house, and I wish a school bus would pull up with Santa popping out with toys.
Toys, yes.
Or food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so that I stay hungry with that. I look at that any given day. I could be on the opposite end. You know, there's a reason I'm here, yo. I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I broke my back. I mean, I've been through hell and back. You know what I mean? I got every excuse to be a loser.
Right.
But I got 4 reasons to be the best man in the world.
I love that.
You know what I mean? And that's real. My 3 kids and my wife. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love my sisters, and because I'm the only male in my family. You know what I mean? I got 7 sisters. You know what I mean? And I'm the only male. So I think I got that love stuff and caring for people from them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because all my sisters are all nurses.
Oh, so they get very nurturing and things like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. They're all like very caring and giving in a different way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Me, I'm just a hood dude that cares, dude. That's all. You know, a lot. That's why I get pissed off when people say the hood is bad. Yo, when was the last time was you in the hood? When was the last time you sat on a stoop? You know what I'm saying? You talking about my hood so bad. I ain't got no problems.
And you walk there every day.
Every day, everywhere. And I don't have no problems with nobody. You know what I mean? Listen, man, one thing about fear, it leads to it misleads you to believe things that are not there.
That's right.
You know, and they always emphasize how violent the city of Newburgh is.
Yes, they do.
Right? Because federal grants will keep all their cousin Billy and everybody else employed.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because we don't talk about the good.
Now, let me tell you something, man. When you got 65% of your people in your town a little bit over poverty level and under poverty level, where are you going to get resources? If nobody's paying taxes on their properties, you got over 472 buildings that are abandoned, and nobody's getting money from that. And the city ain't getting no money. We don't have no major franchises in our city.
Mm-hmm.
We got McDonald's, Rite Aid's, Dunkin' Donuts, and gas stations.
You're right.
Right? So the town of Newburgh has all the franchise. New Windsor has all the franchise. When 95% of your consumers are from the city of Newburgh.
Mm.
So we're good enough to go buy your merchandise in the town, but we're not good enough for you to have your establishment in our city. So let's twist this around. Let's not go to Walmart for 3 days. Let's not go to Target or anything or any of those businesses for 3 days. See how much of an impact you make on them, right? So you know, listen, I love mom and pop stores because you get the real deal. You know what I mean? You don't get no meal at Applebee's.
No, you don't.
You get quick chill. That's like prison food, quick chill. You know what I mean? They throw that shit in the oven and the whole plate. That's why the plate and everything is hot. Because they throw the whole goddamn plate in the oven. And,
wait, he said the whole plate?
Well, around. You ever went Fridays or something? The plate's burning hot. What the hell? That damn food that hot? The whole damn plate is hot? Shit is smoking. I'm like, damn, sizzling like a mom, right? But when you go to the hood and you go get some chicken wings from Mr. Lee's at the Chinese spot, yo, your finger looking good.
It's like it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah. You go to the little bodegas and stuff like that, J&F Pizza, Stella's Pizzeria and stuff like that. You get some real pizza. You don't get no Little Caesar.
Little thin little.
Yeah, bullshit. That shit's like cardboard with cheese. Who wants that?
Shout out to Joe.
I had welfare cheese before. Yeah, I had welfare cheese. That shit was hard, but that shit was good.
I'm lying. I ain't never had.
You never had the bar?
No,
I never had the bar.
I mean, if you actually was she not here, I would.
That shit said that shit USDA approved. That shit will burn your house down before that shit melt.
But
let me tell you, yeah. That shit, you could put that shit in hot chocolate on it. That shit won't melt. It'll be a big yellow ball on the bottom of your cup. But that shit was good as shit, bro. You be constipated, but that shit was good.
Shout out, I love, this is why I love this, man.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Joe Alvarez, definitely. But like I said, I definitely brought you here because I definitely want people to hear not just the great things about Newburgh, but what's coming up. And again, you guys, your crime went down. Everything is going up. You guys looking real good.
Yeah, but the community, I ain't never seen this ever. And I lived in Newburgh for 39 years. And I never seen what I've been seeing in the last 4 years.
This is good stuff.
Oh, man, it's amazing. All these churches are partaking. They actually, everybody's coming out. Like, yo, everybody really wants to change. And I'm like, yo.
Churches working together.
Yeah.
People working together.
Yeah, you got all nationalities working together, and that's great, you know. We still got a couple of little people that are a little biased because their financial budgets are a little bigger, but
we'll work with them. We'll get them.
I shut them down. I don't need your bread.
That's right.
This is a family affair. You lonely.
You rich and lonely.
You lonely. All right? I'd rather have 1,000 friends than one groupie.
That's right.
Because as soon as you go broke, they're going to the next thing that's rich.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So check yourself, homie.
Now, Joe, one more thing before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Because these hoodies are on high demand.
Yeah. I got a truckload right now.
Tell the people about the hoodies, where they can get them, and all
right.
that stuff.
First of all, anything that I do, that We Are Newburgh does, we buy everything in our city. Okay. We don't buy nothing outside the city. So how can I support my city? I'm going to support them financially. So I want to keep Pedro and Jermaine and Carlos and Johnny working in our city, right? So everything that we buy for We Are Newburgh events is all from the city of Newburgh.
Shout out to you guys.
So we don't buy nothing outside the city limits. We buy everything in our city because we want to support our city. And We Are Newburgh hoodies are Gillian hoodies, and they are $30. They come in a lot of colors. A lot of people ask me what the 17 for. What's the exit on the throughway?
Exit 17.
Okay. What year was it last year? 17. Right?
17.
If you're a God body, what's knowledge power to you?
Oh, okay.
So you gotta understand there's a meaning before everything. If you look at the design, it shows we are Newburgh very aggressively, but it shows Newburgh very bold.
Yes.
Right? And the line is just period. You're either gonna love us or you're not. You know what I mean? So that's what that we are Newburgh symbol represents. It represents the hearts, the desires, the passion, the hope, the dreams, and the commitment to our city. And you know, I want to be shout out to Team Newburgh, Catholic Charities, Black Lives Matters, Boys Community Voices. Wow, I got so many people. Planned Parenthood, my girl Debbie. Debbie, I love you, Debbie. Boys and Girls Club, everybody that partakes, and I'm not talking about take part in our events. Unusual Suspects, you know, you got Frankie, you got a whole bunch of young people of color and white people that are taking part in this change. And you know, big ups to everybody that does anything positive. I want to give a shout out to all the business that been there 30 years.
Yes. Because
right now they're always promoting the new business that are coming in, but they don't acknowledge the ones that been there. Like Stella's, JNF, Commodore's Chocolate. I mean, they've been there 40 years. You know what I mean? And they, when things were really rough in Newburgh, they ain't packed their bags and leave.
They stayed right there.
Newburgh Lunch, Texas Wieners, all they stayed right in the hood. You know what I mean? They never left.
And they still there right now.
And they still right here right now.
Loyal.
And it's sad that they do all this new promotional stuff for new businesses on Liberty Street, which is fine and dandy, but you need to include those businesses like Stella's, JNF, and stuff like that. Kennedy Fries.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta look at that. And the people that have been doing work, I mean, for years, they go unnoticed. You know what I mean? They're not a Joe Alvarez because Joe Alvarez is puffy.
Right.
No, I'm not. I'm not in every video. Some of them. But the thing about it is that like Miss Bess, she's been doing that stuff for like 29 years, maybe 30. Best Resources. She has 2 locations. I know one is 49 Grand Street, the other one is 280 Broadway. And you know how much people they save? You know how many girls in Newburgh? That's another thing about things. I big ups to the women in Newburgh. Because the women in Newburgh, let me tell you something. You're strong. You're very, very strong women in Newburgh. Because they LPNs, CNAs, and stuff like that, and they always grinding.
Right.
Men, us as men, need to learn from our women.
Right.
They own their families. They put in that work. And a lot of our men do too. I'm not going to take away nothing from the fellas.
Right.
But we could be better. We could be better. You know what I'm saying?
Words of a wise man.
You know what I mean? The apple don't fall far from the tree.
That's right.
Unless it's on a hill. But you got to respect these individuals because just because they're not on the level or in the same situation as we are Newburgh, they're doing their part on the low. Like Conrad, like my boy Q, man, salute. Brother, I'm so proud of you. And, you know, people are failing to realize that we don't have to do this.
That's right.
You know, I'm not a nonprofit. I'm self-contained. And I'm contained by the community. Every time you purchase a hoodie, you're buying something for somebody at an event.
That's a fact. Yes.
You're paying for somebody else a meal, or get a haircut, makeup, or something. You know what I mean? I ain't getting no money out of that. It costs me money to do this.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying?
We lose money sometimes, though.
I ain't losing nothing because I gain a lot of love.
Oh, that's right.
You don't lose when you're doing right. You never lose.
You right. You right.
Right. So when you add and add and add and add, you know, as long as there's no division, there's never no subtraction.
That's right.
So what we need to do is add more people to our circle. Positive people that are going to make a difference in somebody's life. Just because you're not a part of an organization doesn't mean that you're not doing something great for your community.
Right.
Right. We just, you know, I don't know. I just, there's a purpose for this, man. This is God work, man, because like I said, man.
You could tell it's God's work because you started with 800 and now 5.5 years later,
Yeah, yo, the first book bag giveaway was like, I think it was 300 book bags.
This book bag giveaway for 2017 was 5,000, right?
Yeah, 5,000.
And he had thousands left.
Well, I gotta take my hat off to you, but I ain't shaving my shit, so I ain't taking it off. But homegirl, I gave her 2,000 book bag, and she did something so incredible that it shocked me. I'm like, wow, this girl is a black version, female of me.
Ooh.
She went to every apartment complex in Orange County.
Oh yeah, I was in the hood. I was
You
at
know,
their door.
Yo, Mooch, man, you are amazing. I mean, you went beyond, what we did. We stationary, you know what I mean? People come to us. You went to them, right? Ain't nobody put no gas money or tolls or none of that. Or, you know what I mean? You need to look at what you do, man. Because, you bigging dudes up, but you need to big yourself up. Because that's amazing. I couldn't even come up. I'm like, damn, how can I... what can I do about that one? There's no words. There's no words for that. Thank you. You know what I mean? I guarantee you that all those people that received those book bags are very grateful. Right? And it's a blessing that we're able to serve them.
Yes.
Right? So, one day, when you think that everything is not the way you want it to be, just look back at all the amazing things that you did in your life. All the things that you accomplished. Without a college degree, without $1 million in your pocket. It's amazing what you could do.
With this.
That's right. Love.
That's right.
Spread love.
Spread love,
Spread
not
love.
hate.
And this is my boy, too.
That's going to be a hashtag for the year. Hashtag spread love.
Yeah, my boy,
I like that.
I don't even know his name, but...
Your boy.
He's my boy because he shares something that I share.
Love.
And he's very giving, too. He's on the low. He's just humble about it. He don't
like you. He don't like...
Nah. Yeah.
Shout out.
Like, if you ever go to an event, you never see me grab one of these.
No, never. I'm always doing this.
I
do it for him.
Yeah, I don't. That's not my cup of tea. That's your profession.
Mm-hmm.
I just know how to get people together.
They said the boy's name is Joshua.
Joshua? Yeah, so
Thank
big
you,
up to
Miss-
Joshua.
Thank you, Miss Crystal.
So, there's a lot of people out there. Oh, Crystal Cakes.
Yes.
Yes, that's my homegirl, and that's a strong woman right there. She always shows up and tell me, yo, give me the menu. Give me the menu. What do you need? What do you want? What you need? And I always give them the same answer. Whatever you're willing to give to the community, you give it to them.
And she always
That's one thing about We Are Newburgh. We do not accept donations. Any donations. What we do is we invite you to our place. Mm-hmm. We invite you to the format. Bring your banner, bring your love, and whatever you're willing to give to the community, you give it to them.
Right.
Because we don't want to take credit for your work. We want people to recognize that you're putting in work for our city.
Right.
That's not my respect. That's your respect that you're going to earn. I don't want to take none away from you. So a lot of people don't partake in our events because they think they're going to be under the We Are Newburgh banner, and that's not so. All we are is a link on a chain, and all we're trying to do is get these links together so we can get this bike rolling.
That's right.
So don't ever think for 1 minute that we want the glamour or the glory, a recognition for our work. All we want to do is do some work, do some good for our city. That's it. It ain't about nothing else.
Shout out to Joe Alvarez. Joe, first of all, thank you for coming to see me again. The last time you was here was 2 years ago.
Yes.
2 years ago.
Yes.
So I definitely thank you for coming back. And before we get out of here, Joe is going to tell you where to follow him, follow the We Are Newburgh, the sites, the social media, where everything is at. Make sure you guys follow We Are Newburgh and everything that he's going to tell you to follow. Keep up on all the Newburgh updates, events, and all the great things that they have. Listen, summer is breaking, you guys, so grab your kids because there's always family events all over. But talk to Joe. Let him know.
You can find us on wearenewburgh.com. You can find us on Facebook, We Are Newburgh. You can find me on Joe Alvarez on Facebook, Big Flo on Instagram. And on March 24th, which is Saturday prior to Easter, the week before Easter, That Saturday, we're gonna try to make the biggest Easter egg hunt ever in the Hudson Valley. So our goal is to reach 8,000 eggs. We're gonna have hot dogs, hamburgers. We're gonna have face painting, jumping outs, face paint, DJs, of course. Hopefully, a DJ Odyssey and my girl. I call her Miss.
Chandra.
Sandra, that's my girl right there. And yo, that girl got a big heart, and I'm so grateful and humble to have her friendship and her love. She's a great person. And We Are Newburgh Kickball League starts the second week of April. It's every Saturday from 12 to 3, and it's absolutely free. You get a We Are Newburgh t-shirt, Kickball League t-shirt. It's absolutely free. And the ages are from 3 to 83 because we want to include the whole entire family. And always remember that you don't have to be someone's father, sister, brother, or relative to be a positive role model to them. You know, some kid down the street might be looking up to you and want to be just like you.
Right.
So remember that somebody's looking up to you. So whatever you present is what they're going to want to be. So let's give them a little something positive to look at. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, my brother.
And let's get ready to rock.
That's right. You already know. Shout out to Joe Alvarez. Thank you for being a guest today. You already know We Are Newburgh. Follow us because you already know the weather's about to break. We're starting off March 24th, the biggest Easter egg hunt in the Hudson Valley. And then make sure you guys stay tuned because you already know summertime is going to get crazy. And it's something for the whole entire family to do.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, right now I'm working, I just spoke to a gentleman last night. And we're going to do, like, you ever heard of a soapbox derby? You know what a soapbox derby is? Anybody know what a soapbox derby is? It's that you make a go-kart. Like the Little Rascals, they make a little race car. So our plan is to get as many business to sponsor a kid, or a team of kids of 5, to build this cart. And then we're going to get a permit to race down Broadway. Yeah, so we're going to try to get as many kids as possible and build these soapbox carts. And the business, their reward will be, their logo will be on the cart they sponsor. So I'm looking forward
I'm looking for some kids to 845 to sponsor. What's the ages?
The ages are from 7 to 12.
7 to 12.
So let's get a little creative.
Let's get creative.
So that shows the kids how to gain some skills. Because all our kids is playing Xbox and PlayStation.
That's right.
And that's not good, healthy things, you know what I mean? So it is for a time because they stay quiet and they don't bother you, but we need to get our kids physically active.
That's a fact.
So, you know, thank you very much. And like always, y'all, love, peace, and unity. And keep your head up and always know that God got your back. Just look for him. Thank you.
You guys already know We Are Newburgh, straight 845 radio. Happy Wednesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, 6 p.m. Reporting live 845.